Hi. I just sat down as the ads ended, so I'm gonna need a second to like set up still. This shouldn't take very long. I just need to mostly post them live, which God, that's easier said than done. I do not like how Blue Sky does it, where you have to like go in intervals of 5 minutes to actually get to the time you're looking for. It's really clunky and stupid. And I wish you could just type in a number. And also I wish you could just link your account so you didn't have to like manually put in your Twitch every time. That's fun. How loud my keyboard is. This has technically got more filtering than it did before, because I have some filters on, so I don't know how much is actually canceling out the noise. Okay. I don't even know what to say. Again, it's not confusing having the Forbidden Woods and the Forsaken Fortress in the same game. I just need to post this everywhere real quick. There, and then let's go here, and then down here. God, this takes a long time. And I don't even post in as many servers as I probably should be, partly because I have anxiety about promoting myself in spaces and coming off like I'm only in a server to promote myself. Even if I do actually talk in some servers a decent amount, I worry about that. Mic position. My mic is at an angle because I whacked it earlier. Yeah, this is the I am extremely disorganized and running late stream, apparently. Okay, that should be good. We should be fine. This is good music for this. Oh, that's an abrupt cutoff, but it's fine. My nose is running. I should get a tissue. God, this is a bit of a reach. There we go. And I also need to actually get my phone set up because I've been using it as a guide. So yeah, you can tell I'm running behind a little bit today. Just a smidge. There we go. Should be actually good to go now. You know, that took longer than I wish it had, but it's fine. Oh, my phone is struggling ever since Apple pulled an Apple and the updates haven't been good. I also made a backup just in case, but I should keep that actually. Okay, I think we're finally ready to go. So, let's hop back in. Alrighty, last time we got to Hyrule Castle, we got the Master Sword, the Blade of Evil's Bane. So, that actually freed all the monsters in here from the curse that they were put under. So that's great, and that's something we'll have to deal with now. So, TLDR, the Master Sword being in the pedestal meant time was frozen, so all the monsters were, relatively contained. Not anymore. So, cool. So, this is a great farming spot, and basically our only good chance to get Knight's Crests. However, Darkness are really annoying to fight because of having armor. So, you have to get it so their head is exposed, like that, through a counter, but there are two kinds of counters, the overhead and the roll behind. So if you do the roll behind, that doesn't really get you anything. If you hit the, like, red X on the back, that breaks the armor in the back. But if you do that, it doesn't really do you any good for actually stealing, so it's a little confusing. Alright, so dark nuts are annoying, if that wasn't clear already. They are not fun to fight. There's also the quirk of, like, variations of them. So I'm gonna take a photo just to be on the safe side, because there are cases where there are specific variations that are counted as separate enemies for the Nintendo Gallery. At some point I do actually want to dedicate some time to going through that. A little bit more, and then do the rest off stream. There's two more things that are worth pointing out about the Nintendo Gallery, which we'll get to in time. Again, I would almost like to show off a complete collection on stream. I don't know if I'm that ambitious though, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. Did I steal from this one? I can't remember, I did. They also drop, like, all the other items that they would normally drop, you can also get from them, so that's very convenient. So yeah, overall, a nice little combat section, pretty low-key. Again... Ow. Jesus, that hit a lot harder than I expected to. God, okay. The biggest issue with this game is crowd control. I feel like there's not great crowd control options. Which can definitely... Ow, I was trying to adjust the camera. That's why I got, like, sucker punched, basically. That steal your thing? Because we also need a lot of skull necklaces, so I'm trying to keep an eye on that as well. Ironically, if we get a thing from all of these, we should have exactly enough for Orca. But that is operating on the assumption they actually drop the thing we need, which is easier said than done sometimes. Mind you, the Dark Nuts typically drop the little orb, which gives you, like, everything. So, ideally, we will get enough Knight's Crests for this without too much hassle. Skull necklaces I'm not as worried about just because there are more places to find moblins. Also worth mentioning is I have no memory, so I don't remember if the Master Sword is actually more powerful or if it's placebo. So I swear it's actually stronger than the regular sword, like a damage buff. But like, I genuinely couldn't tell you if that's true or not. Again, I feel like because of the knockdown hit, it's actually better to just slow tap. Because if you slow tap, they don't get knocked down, and therefore you can just keep hitting them. It feels kind of slow, but I think the final hit might be stronger. But again, it might actually take more time. Mind you, the jump attack is all... Yeah, that feels a lot faster than with the regular, like the non-Master Sword. Which I don't think... Well, I mean, it's just like the Hero Sword, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, just pretty chill combat encounter, all things considered. Not too much to have to worry about. In general, also that's fun, if you stab a moblin in the butt, they get stunned like that and run off. But they actually get, like, iframes, so that's actually slower. But what was I saying? In general, I do miss a lot of the combat options in... Twilight Princess specifically. Twilight Princess has great combat. I have opinions on the game itself, which isn't even the usual. I find the opening boring. It's not even that in this case. I just feel like Twilight Princess doesn't quite resonate with me for some reason, and I've never really been able to put into words why that is. It's very frustrating, because like in this, you know, internet discourse age, it feels like you always have to like give a thesis on why you feel a certain way on something, or else your point's invalid. But like for me, it's just a vibe check, kind of like something about Twilight Princess just never hit for me, and I don't know why. I love Midna, for example. I think Midna is a great character. I think a lot of the supporting cast of Twilight Princess is phenomenal. just for some reason, I just have a hard time, like, willing myself through that game. And I think the dungeons are really good. So, like, I genuinely don't know why that game is so difficult for me to, like, mesh with. Because it feels like a game I should enjoy. Which almost makes it, like, more frustrating in some ways that I kind of feel like I never quite got it, quote-unquote. But I almost feel like I need to give it another shot. And again, especially with Dusklight out, I definitely genuinely want to give Twilight Princess a fair shake and see if I warm up to it any. Because I do want to enjoy Twilight Princess. It's not just me being a hater. It's like a game that it's one of those games I want to enjoy but never quite vibed with. But again, maybe, you know, just playing on Wii, or even Wii U for that matter, was just not ideal to the point of just kind of bringing down the experience enough for me to not vibe with it. Again, don't know if it'd be a stream thing for my sanity, because, like, look how long this game is taking, and this is one of the shorter Zeldas. So yeah, I'm not sure if I would be willing to stream Dusklight, or, like, Twilight Princess in general. Actually, is the King of Red Lions counted for a photo? No, interesting. Anyway, hi. At long last, our preparations are complete. You must return to me so that we can return by the same path that brought us here. The time has come to save your sister from her prison in the Forsaken Fortress. Hurry, Linkle! Alright, so that's what we can do here. There's a barrier on the other side, by the way. I didn't actually show that. We can't do anything. Unless you're a speedrunner, you can clip through if you know, like, the pixel positioning of where to stand to do a clip. Which, hey, guess who doesn't know how to do that? Alrighty. Away we go. I thought we got dialogue here. Like, I could have sworn the King of Red Lions says something here. Maybe not. But anyway, there's actually a few things we can do here, believe it or not. The question is, do we want to do them? Also, hi Serena, thank you for the hugs. I hope you're doing okay. So basically, we're going off to the Forsaken Fortress. We have a few options. We can side quest a bit. But logically, I think the best course of action is just sail around. Does that have a thing on the map? Is there a fish here? Because, like, it's marked as blank, and it just hit me. It's like, wait a minute, we don't have this yet. Oh, I'm running out of bait. I need to buy more, I'm realizing. Oh, hey, look who it is. It's Beetle. Good timing, actually. Yeah, I genuinely don't know if the fishman's around here. Now that there is technically an island. You think you are? That's good, I'm glad. Pats you. Hugs you, etc. The sky changed to very stormy. God, I wish that was accurate. You don't have what I want. We'll have to go to the outset, I guess. TLDR, there's gonna be a heat wave where I am, and I'm not looking forward to that. I am, Snow Fox. I joke that Snow Fox is very fitting, because I like cold weather. And God, is it not gonna be cold weather soon. It's gonna be like close to 100 according to some forecasts. So, yeah, I'm bracing for that. That's gonna be gross. Do not like. As we... Wait, I didn't check for the fishman over at the Tower of the Gods, I forgot. Oh, hey. Good timing. I was just about to say, as we sail, I'm gonna look out for the cyclone. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna pop you with an arrow. I feel like it kinda homes in, which is helpful. I mean, it's getting pulled into the tornado, so I guess it makes sense. Actually, real quick, this is dumb. Just being on the safe side. Did we get Cyclos? We got Cyclos, yeah. Oh, good. That was weird timing. The arrow hit him after I left the menu. That's a heck of an arm you got there. What an eye. No one's ever been able to spot me in there before now. You obviously have mastery of the air. Now that we've established that you're quite the Wind Waker, let's see if you can handle this. Again, I think he did it twice in the original, so that does cut down a little bit of time. Speaking of cutting down time, oh my god, we need to talk about something in a bit. You learned Ballad of Gales. Wahoo! In the hands of a Wind Waker like you, my adorable little cyclones will be as happy as can be. If you need to move like the wind over the ocean deeps, just call my cyclones. Well, I guess I'll head home for now. See you on down the road. Wait, didn't we already get that? Treasure chart 30 is what the guide is saying to do now, and I'm like, I swear I already got that. No, I didn't. What? That's paw print. Oh. Okay. What? Is the guide wrong? I think it's wrong. Okay. As we sail over, I guess we should stop at paw print and get that. But as we kind of progress through here, one thing I did want to mention is, speaking of games having their speedruns cut down, oh my god, Xenoblade. The speedrun of Xenoblade 1 has been smashed wide open because of the Switch 2 update that adds ether jets to it. So it is like significantly faster. Like apparently like Future Connected's record is extraordinarily low at this point. Like under an hour, I'm pretty sure. Seven Star Isles? Oh shoot, that's an island. So there's a couple things that you could technically do if you're very, very patient. But I'm not very, very patient, so we're not gonna... we didn't do it that way. So, for example, Seven Star Isles, I'm pretty sure has some stuff for us to do that we didn't do. By the way, I actually missed the treasure chart last time. The reason my number was off is I have two Triforce charts out of order, essentially. And I also have a chart I missed. So I technically was like one ahead and two ahead and one behind in a roundabout way. So because of that, we are essentially off sync of this guide for a bit until we actually head over to Horseshoe Isle again. Which at some point we will probably be stopping near Outset today, so we'll just do that then. But yeah, this is the next thing it says. There's a couple things that are like, you can do this, but you might have to like jump off and then climb back up, and that sucks, so it's just better to wait till you have arrows. For example, you have Wizrobes. If you want to like chance it and they actually spawn in a good place, then like, cool. But there's a possibility of them just spawning over the ocean, and thus you can't really reach them. And thus you're just sitting around for like 10 minutes waiting for them to spawn in a favorable position, essentially. Versus arrows, where you can just pop them from a distance and save yourself a lot of time. I assume these spawn away from you to just be obtuse. Case in point. And there's two of them now. Actually, are there two of them or are there three? It almost feels like there are three of them. Nope, just two. Got it. So yeah, the bow and arrow makes this, like, actually not infuriating, so, I think it's worth it. And next time we're at Outset, I might burn the soup, the remaining soup, just to get it out of our inventory and then refill it. Got a golden feather, cool. I don't know if I ever read that, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, did we ever find one in a chest before? I probably should have paid attention, huh? My bad, if I hadn't read that before. I don't know why I'm so picky about reading that dialogue, to be honest. Like, it doesn't really matter, ultimately. And the treasure chart. Cool. Yeah, where did we park our boat? There we go. Yeah, the Xenoblade 1 Switch 2 edition is arguably a lot better compared to Xenoblade X, which is in kind of a rough spot still. My hope is once all of them are out that they'll go back and fix them up a little bit. And even then, I almost feel like X is not as bad in some contexts, just because like in motion, I think it looks kind of rough, but also maybe the way I play video games is helpful, but I feel like I don't pay attention to like background details as much. Anyone who's played Final Fantasy XIV with me can attest to this, because during like raids where you have to like have situational awareness, I'm very bad at that. Like constantly getting blindsided by things because I genuinely don't look into my periphery enough to actually gauge where enemy attacks are coming from. So, oopsie. Yeah, I don't think we actually did the submarine now that I think about. Ooh, it's dark in here. So that lights up the sub, but we also have the familiar sound of Wizroads. Again, if you can hit them on the ground, that's faster, because you can basically one-tap them. And you can even do that, where if they're low enough, you can still cheese them out a little bit. Not this one, though. Also, a lot of obnoxious enemies that literally serve no purpose other than to F with your aiming, essentially. I don't think there's friendly fire on those that I'm looking at it. It might be easier to blind fire than lock on, which is not my favorite thing. Cause yeah, all the other enemies are getting in the way of the lock on. That one might be low enough? Yeah, barely low enough to clip. So that's good. Save us a little bit of time there. I don't know if the mini blends will infinitely respawn. I assume they will, because mini blends are the worst. There we go, jeez. Just trying to get a lock on these is the hard part. There we go, finally. And yeah, mini blends just exist to make your life hell, I think. Now, I mean, if this stream is... I don't even know how long the Forsaken Fortress is gonna take. It could go really fast. I would like it to go really fast. It'd make my life a lot easier. For sure. But inside here we should have something kind of unique, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Special chart. You got the platform chart. Now you can find the platforms out in the high seas. Open the chart on the map screen to view it. Mind you, I don't think this one's actually that helpful. Like the submarine chart, for example, doesn't show you which ones you've actually found. The BL chart shows you all the possible ship locations and also where the gold ship is. And yeah, this doesn't actually help that much, because it doesn't tell you which ones you've already done. So I find that mildly annoying. I wish they put like a check mark or something to say, hey, you've cleared this one out. Oh, that mini blend is having a time. Okay, it got unstuck. Just in time to stab me, apparently. Cool, thanks. Yeah, I hope that one's doing okay today, again. Oh hey, actually, one thing we can do that sucks, and I'm looking forward to this, is we can actually do the trading quest more easily now that we can warp. The only problem is, what's the best route here? Again, I do think we'll be able to get through the Forsaken Fortress, because there's only like 2 main side quests. So, that's Bomb Island. Right? Yeah. So that's near Forest Haven. I get used to seeing this cutscene a lot, because we're going to be seeing it quite a bit here. Part of me, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, part of me wonders if I should do the other long side quests first, actually, while we're here. And it's been several days, it's going to be done by now. Like, in-game days and real-life days. That was like 2 weeks ago that I actually gave over the photos. But yeah, it's like, if anything, I kind of just wish Ether Jets were also in Xenoblade 3 specifically, because I feel like 2's level design does not work. Because like 2 has a lot more climbing than Xenoblade 1. Like, there's a lot more verticality as I was thinking about it, to the point that I feel like Ether Jets would just constantly be crashing into things, and it would be very not fun. Welcome, Linkle. Your figurine-based request has been fulfilled. It's been a long time since I've done work this exceptional. Go in that door there to check it out. I was completely overcome with the creative urge after seeing what you gave me. I ended up making lots of figurines. But all that artistic spirit made me a little absent-minded, so I don't exactly remember which rooms I placed them all in. Why don't you go and have a look inside? So that happens when you have submitted more than one. Otherwise, he'll tell you the exact room, and it takes forever. This should be the same. And again, that's going by in-game time, so... basically just Song of Passing will be enough. Again, I don't think there's a cap on how many photos you can actually turn into figurines, so again, I wanna say there's a cap in the original. Not that it matters, you can only carry 3 photos at a time anyway, so it kinda doesn't matter. But yeah, this is not my favorite thing in the world, but it's way faster. Didn't I already make a figurine from this pictograph? I can't be bothered doing the same thing twice. So yeah, that was more of a safety precaution. Cause like, I forget which Darknuts are actually classified as unique enemies. Cyclos, again, is very missable. But some actually double up in interesting ways. For example, the regular Octoroks, that is Miiverse. There we go. Yeah, I don't know how that would work, actually. I think I'm connected. Because, like, I think Pretendo works with this game. I haven't actually checked now that I think about it. So yeah, trading quest time. I might not read all this out just because it's gonna be a lot of the same dialogue, but swap out like 2 words. But yeah, I might work on that off stream for the sake of completion. Having a complete, well, actually, it's kind of a quirk because it's sort of a complete file, but not really. It's confusing. Speaking of lookout towers, but again, I don't think there's anything of importance on that one. But the game tends to prove me wrong a lot, so we'll see, I guess. So last time on the trading quest, we got the exotic flower from someone. I forget who gave it to us, but we got it from someone. And because of that, we can now progress back to Bomb Island. There's a whole flowchart of who gives what when you give them what, and it just takes forever. Do I have to talk to you again? And by the poor traveling merchant, I roam the seas collecting rare goods in the hopes of someday opening my own shop. If you have anything in that delivery bag of yours that would be perfect for selling in a shop, could you show it to me, please? Huh, why that's an exotic flower, isn't it? In that case, would you be interested in trading that for the Sickle Moon flag? Satisfactory, then my fee will be, 40 rupees maybe? Thanks, that settles things. If you give, I'll give you your item as promised. Hold out both your hands. Got the Sickle Moon flag. This flag of a bright red crescent moon is quite fancy. If you find a place to put it, choose your delivery bag on the item screen and set the flag to Y, X, or R. This should be the same. I'm a good friend of Postman, yeah. Thanks again, okay. It is very fancy. Yeah, I parked all the way over here. I don't know why you say parked, it's a boat. Well, I guess you'd park a boat. Yeah, that works. So, this next one sucks, by the way. There's an island that is on the map as a warp point, but we actually can't warp to it. And we'll see why, hopefully, within this stream. I, again, don't foresee this taking, 2 hours. So I think we will get to that point. The Mother and Child Isles cannot be warped to directly. Because if you warp to it, you end up, like, going it's like a huge, like, walled off island. So if you try warping to it, you just kind of run, like, you fall inside the island. It's like a donut, and you just get plopped in the middle of the donut, basically, for a lack of a better term. Okay. You know, there's an upcoming dungeon where I genuinely don't remember where the Tingle statue is, so that's gonna be fun in a bit. Like, genuinely have no clue where it is. Do not remember. I remember 4 out of 5, but I can't remember the 5th one. Which, by the way, that actually gives away how many dungeons there are. Because, like, there's 5 spots for them. So, oopsie. Didn't think that through, I guess. What is happening? Where am I going? Wait, I never added a Spectacle Isle to the map. So that's on me. We'll do that real quick, just for the sake of completion. But yeah, I am looking forward to the upgrade for 2 specifically, because I think 2 has the most to gain, and the least to lose, by the upscale not being good. 3 I'm curious about, because it already has an upscale anyway, and it's a little fuzzy. Like, it's a little bit, like, it kind of warps a bit, so it's not ideal. Okay, there we go. That might be too fast. Okay, we actually got it. Cool. Alright, we only have like 5 more of these to do. Which is kind of miraculous, actually, given how big the sea is. Spectral Island. We've already done everything here, actually. Beware the night when the crescent moon faces up. That's all I can tell you, small fry. Huh? Okay. To be fair, it actually makes sense. And 1 did repeat, and that's kind of like immersion breaking in a way, because again, these are not the same fishmen every time. So it actually makes sense for them to not say the same thing. To have like different advice. Yeah, you can see the top of that big structure. It's pretty impenetrable from out here, so you have to warp to get inside. So yeah, if you warp, you actually can't get out though, so thus you have to go all the way from Tingle Island, which is inconvenient. We also have to come back here. Okay, so we have to talk to them every time. Cool. Do not throw away. I'm what's called a traveling merchant, just a poor wanderer cruising the world in search of rare objects of all sorts. New and old, strange and unsettling. I detected a scent wafting from this island that suggested to me that there might be something of value here, so I sailed my tiny raft all the way from far, far away. But the high rock wall on the main island blocks my way, so it seems as though I won't be able to get much farther. What a disagreeable turn of events. However, my girl, that delivery bag of yours smells to me as if it might be home to rare and unique items. If you have any curios that might be worthy of selling in a shop, might you trade them to me? Someday I'm going to open myself a shop, a huge shop. No, a mega superstore. I'm trying to find goods to sell, so can you show me what you've got on you? Sickle Moon. Also, hello. Thank you for the head pats. A Sickle Moon flag, right? In that case, would you be interested in trading that for this big catch flag? That thing you gave me looks kind of old, so I'll need 85 rupees in exchange, okay? Thanks, that squares us. Use your item as promised. Okay. Got the big catch flag. This flag was made by a fisherman from a foreign land and designed to encourage a big haul of fish. If you find a place to put it, blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay, thanks again. You didn't give the spiel about, like, how am I gonna get it to you? I'm gonna steal your stuff, I guess. I like how the King of Red Lions yawns when we've been just vibing for a bit. So now, I keep wanting to instinctively press Y, because I'm used to putting the Wind Waker on Y. Tingle and Bomb are no, Mother and Child Island bombs, Bomb Island are the most annoying, because you have to, like, warp to them every time. And then Sail versus Great Fish, where you just warp straight to it. This way. I feel like the King Red Lines, not the King Red Lines, Beetle's shop will mostly just have bombs and arrows and stuff to actually get like bait. I need to go back to outset. Yeah, the goal right now for the next like potentially half hour is to get the worst side quests out of the way. You see, there's this mystical curio I've been seeking for ages now. It's called the Shop Guru statue. It's said to be a statue of the most incredible of men, a man who has long reigned at the peak of the business world. But why would you have it? I've heard that there are traveling merchants on the Mother and Child Isles and on Bomb Island. I wonder if either of those guys might have it. Aw, if someone would just trade that most excellent item to me, I would offer them a heart-filling reward in return. Subtle. Huh, that's a big catch flag, is it not? In that case, would you be interested in trading that for this fountain idol? Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Most worthy than my fee will be. It looks like the item you're offering is kind of dirty, so how about 65 rupees? Thanks. Okay. Fountain idol. You got a fountain idol. This is a strange statue of a girl carrying water. Reminds me of the one girl on Outset. Okay. So that's Fountain. So now we have to go back to Mother and Child Isles. And this is why the side quest is not well liked. And again, why I want to get it out of the way right now, so we don't have to worry about it later. Again, it's worse on GameCube, because then instead of just doing all this stuff as quickly as we are, you have to like change the wind direction every time. You have to like sail with like half speed because of not having the swift sail. So yeah, no, it goes from this sucks to, oh god, this is like a massive grind. I don't think I've ever done this on OG. I don't know if I've done the next side quest either in the OG version, just because of how obnoxiously long it is. Like, genuinely, do not remember. Alright, so now we need to give this to the guy on Mother and Child Isles. Again, just making sure I'm not missing a step here, because this can actually screw you up if you throw off the flowchart. And again, we'll have to come back here very soon, unfortunately, so god. Thank you for the head pats. I don't know why I intonated it that way. Do I have to talk to you from scratch? Okay, cool, we can skip it. I found an idol, right? In that case, would you be interested in trading that for this big sale flag? Cool. I've got a cheap deal for you. How about 35 rupees? I think that's good. You got the big sale flag. This flag looks like it would definitely be good for business. God, you don't need to tell me this. We already went through this. Okay. So now we need to go back to Great Fish. Did I let go, like, right as the last note hit and it didn't count? Great Fish! We're almost done, for the record. We're in the back half, thank god. This does take a bit, though. Is it just alternating these two? Like, do we not have to go back to Bomb Island at all? In that case, it's actually not hard to remember, at least. Alright, you... Again, at least they don't make you do the full rigmarole. You can just skip straight to handing it over. A big sale flag, is it not? In that case, would you be interested in trading that for this hero's flag? Your item there is in need of repair, so how about 75 rupees? Why do I feel like he's just bullshitting me? To get more money out of me. You got the hero's flag. This flag has a rather courageous feel to it. I feel like I always over-enunciate this word just because I'm so scared of saying something else. Because sometimes I mumble syllables and it definitely does not sound fully clear. By definition, I'm pretty sure from what I understand, from what other people say, given I'm gay and trans, wouldn't be like... Like, I've seen a lot of like gay trans people use this word, but it's still not a word that I like using, just to clarify. Like, I won't, you know, judge other people for using it, but it's not for me. Not my vibe. Alrighty, Mother and Child Isles, trade for that, and then... Oh hey, okay, so yeah, we're just going back and forth, like, 2 more times after this, it looks like. 2 more times? Yeah, 2 more times. There's a mixed feeling of I almost wish there were more merchants just to give variety. But the problem with that would be, oh no, now you have more things to juggle. Because, like, the problem with this is just trying to figure out the combination of who you give what to actually advance to the next item. Like, that's the hardest part of this sequence. Alright, once more with gusto. Hero's flag, right? In that case, would you be interested in trading that? Oh. Is this wrong? It says, give the postman statue... No, wait. Give the heroes... Oh. What? Oh, that's weird. Okay, I screwed up. Are you sure? Don't come crying to me if you regret your decision later. I screwed up. Okay. And it's really dumb when I screwed up. I think you just have to give it right back to him. Like, you have to trade it back to him, and that's how you do it. It's like, oh my god, why is this quest? Again, I think the next quest is actually easier, especially if you're playing HD. That one's not nearly as annoying. Because basically, the problem with this is you would have to... What am I trying to say? The problem with this quest is you have to, like, figure out order of operations. So, hi, long time no see. I'm just gonna hand this right back to you, apparently. As it turns out. Huh? That's a hero's flag, is it not? In that case, would you be interested in trading that for this postman statue? There we go. I need at least 100 rupees for that one, I'm afraid. Yeah, that's so dumb. Like, okay, just trade it right back. You got a postman statue. This is a carving of the Rito postman. Hero of all Ritos and a symbol of laborers the world over. Blah, blah, blah. And now we go back to Mother and Child Isles. God, that's dumb. Genuinely, like, what the hell? The other annoyance is just having to, yeah, go to Tingle Island every time. Again, when you get on the loop of Great Fish, that one's not bad. The Bomb Island first step is mildly annoying, just because it's like, oh, cool. You have to keep going over the Bomb Island from Forest Haven. Guess who never remembers what direction this is in? Because it doesn't pop in. It's like a weird spot where it doesn't quite pop in organically. What's this island? That's Tower of the Gods there, and there's 2 spaces that we just never went to. There's one place called Cliff Plateau Isles. I'm trying to remember if that's a place we need to go. I think it is. That's the most annoying Korok tree to reach, in my opinion. I'll leave the bait equipped. I don't know if we need the bow at all. And once again, back on the island again. I titled the stream for something later on, but actually fits for this too. Roundabout way. Please climb the ledge, Linkle. There you go. And this is the last item for you, thank goodness. Thank Hylia. A postman statue, right? In that case, would you be interested in trading that for this shop guru statue? Most agreeable, then my fee will be, yeah, this is super rare, so how about 200 rupees? Thanks, that squares us. You got a shop guru statue. This little statue is the apple of every businessman's eye. If blah 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 blah. Piece of cake. And now, if I recall, the guy wanted the guy Greyfish wanted it. That's what I'm trying to say. I think this quest is melting my brain slightly. It's not bad, it's just tedious. And once more, for real, I'm very happy to be done with this quest. Or almost done with this quest, we still have to hand it over. I actually don't know how much this is gonna cost. Hi, once again, last time. Here's the thing you wanted. Is that? It couldn't be. The shop guru statue? Such a divine figure. Surely this is none other than the legendary individual who reigns at the peak of the business world. Oh, most worthy day. Wow, my lifelong dream has at last come true. Such joy. This is my thanks to you for fulfilling my dream. It's a heartfelt reward brimming with gratitude. Alright, hold out your hands. Peace heart. My, but I have received a worthy item. Tonight I will hold this close to my bosom as I sleep. I can't wait. That does not feel comfortable, holding a giant-ass statue against your chest. But then Gorons are also made of rock, so they're probably okay with that. Like, yeah, they're probably chill with that, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But with that taken care of, we're finally done. How do you feel about another extremely long, tedious side quest? Again, we're here, we might as well check. I check every time. It's just, it's not gonna be any different, but... Sure. Oh my god, I'm glad I checked. I thought this one would have arrows. I'm gonna buy another pair, just to have a buffer. Because there is something really obnoxious involving pairs coming up. Alright, 26 points. Unfortunately, contrary to the bit, I do have to buy one more. I don't have to, we actually have more than enough. You don't need any more than you already have. Oh, okay, I actually could have stopped at 26 for the lols. If you get 30, you get like a coupon. It's actually a very rare thing, to be blunt. It's not, like, the most convenient, item, because then there's, like an even better item at, like, 100 points. You just have to, like, farm that. I'm not gonna be that obtuse about 100%. When I say 100%, I'm mostly aiming for all treasure charts collected. Maybe not even the treasures, if it's just rupees. I guess we'll wait and see. Like, all the rare charts, like, you know, platform chart, sub chart, there's like 2 more. One is completely unnecessary, which is like the big octo chart. Cause I think we've defeated all of them. And then, yeah. The point being, some things go too far even for me to try to 100%. Oh, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna split this up. You filled your your bottle with forest water. You can use it multiple times, but it loses its forest freshness after just 30 minutes. After that, it becomes normal water. Okay, so as soon as we leave, we have a countdown. So have fun. So this is a side quest that's mercifully easy in the Wii version compared to the original. In the original, one, you don't have the Swift Sail, so everything just takes exponentially longer. But two, you actually don't even have as much time. You only have 20 minutes in the Wii version. So like, it goes from like, oh god, this is actually really stressful and frustrating, to this is like extremely easy, but still kind of teased. Wow, I'm jumbling words. I was gonna combine easy and tedious to be tedious. But the point still stands. It's a quest that, like, is not great in the original, but is very manageable. And again, one neat detail is the forest water. One is collectible in the Forest Haven anyway, like, without having to do anything special. And two, to my knowledge, actually one-shots Kale Demos, however it's pronounced. So like, if you want to be an overachiever, you can try to get the water, go all the way to the Forbidden Woods, get to the boss, and then just pour water on it when you cut it down. And bada bing bada boom, you're done. That's it. That's all you need to do. Now, is that like the most convenient way to do it? Not really, unless you're a speedrunner and know how to get through Forest Haven and Forbidden Woods very quickly, because like, timer starts as soon as you need to start gliding over to the woods itself. Because then you're, goddammit, because then you're outside. And yeah, because of like ad break timing, we're gonna split this up between parts of the stream at least. I don't know how I'm editing it in terms of YouTube. Again, I've been putting up everything as like episodes, essentially kind of like a let's play of sorts. That's something I feel very strongly I can do well as a let's play style. Hello, Swordswoman. I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? I've come here to plant the Great Deku Tree seed. But look! Usually the forest trees sprout quite vigorously whenever you plant them, but for some reason this one has withered. I'd be willing to bet that the trees my fellow Crocs have planted are withering as well. It seems that when one tree fails to grow from its seed, all the forest trees from that year's seeds wither and fail to grow tall and mighty. What are we to do if we are not able to nurse these trees to health? The forest will never spread and the Great Deku Tree will slowly wither and die. Maybe if we could sprinkle the water from the Forest Haven on the tree, maybe then the sapling would be saved. Though that water is the wellspring of the Great Deku Tree's life force. Swordswoman, could you go to the Forest Haven and get some of the water that flows under the Great Deku Tree? Could you get some and sprinkle it on this poor forest tree? Please help me. Here you go. Thank goodness timers pause in cutscenes. You poured forest water in it, but it still has not recovered all of its vigor. Thank you very much, Swordswoman. You must find 7 more of my fellow Koroks. If you pour that forest water on all of our trees, then the trees will surely grow strong again. But remember, in just 27 minutes 43 seconds, the forest water you have will turn to plain water. So hurry up and look for my fellow Koroks. That is oddly specific. Alright, okay. Part 2, we gotta go to Shark Island. We actually might have time to grab the treasure there. I might kind of putz about a bit, because it's, again, so much more lenient on Wii U. I think this will take like 10 minutes. Genuinely extending the timer to 30 minutes is kind of overkill. Actually, that raises a really interesting question, now that I'm thinking about it, of like, how easy would it even be to... Oh, it's this way. How easy would it be to actually do the speed strat for the boss in the original, because you have 20 minutes. Hypothetically, if you want to take more time, you could clear out the dungeon until the end and then go back and get water and then go straight to the end and do it that way. That feels like a huge waste of time though, if you're asking me. That just does not seem efficient whatsoever. So I can't imagine actually doing that. It's about here if I had to eyeball it. Okay, I thought I overshot because it took a little longer for a second. This is probably just rupees, right? Yeah, silver rupee. Okay. Tree number 2. I'm gonna operate under the assumption that the Koroks all say the same thing, roughly. So we're gonna just mosey on by. I don't want to read the exact timeout every time. We didn't actually examine it. The tree is withering. It's all sparkly too. But again, the other major cut is not having to get the firefly from the forest. Which is funny because they still acknowledge that. But actually ads are starting soon. I'm actually gonna pause for once because obvious reasons. We have a timer. Also, might as well save while we're here. I'm not sure how saving would affect the actual water quality. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it there for now while ads run, and we will be back to finish the side quest and then resume the story. Hi, I have returned. Wow, this song feels loud. I'm at 15%. It feels like music is coming in kind of loud. Okay, but hello. We are ready to go anytime. To quote Sonic Heroes. I got worried for a moment because there's like no audio coming in. And I realized it's because I'm on the pause menu. I was like, oh god, did it not record audio this whole time? Oh no, but it's fine. Alrighty, so where were we? I think we were working on the third of the withering trees. So next up in this guide's order, which I don't know how great of an order you really can have for this. I guess it's like whatever you feel is best, because it doesn't really matter, to be honest. It's like all of them have to get watered. I don't know how much you can like optimize a route with this, to be honest. But I'm just following the guide just so I don't mess up and like double back to an area I've already been to. But the next one is on this little spire over here. You know what? If you're like feeling gutsy, especially on Wii U, given that this takes you to Mother and Child Isles and Great Fish, you could double up these quests. Like, you could do a run of the training quest while also doing the withered trees. That would be a possibility. I just don't have the attention, like, span for it, I don't think. Alrighty, with that done, it says go southwest, which we're almost facing southwest anyway, and next up is Needle Rock. Yeah, hope everyone's doing okay today. I'm so inconsistent. By the way, streams might be a little bit up in the air next week because it's going to be like very hot. And I don't know if I want to be streaming without air conditioning in 100-degree weather. I do not think that would be good for me. So yeah, we might not have a stream on Monday, but we might do a makeup session for Wind Waker on Wednesday. Just double up Wednesday, Friday. So once again, Mina gets delayed. God, someday I'll do this first look. I see the Korok. So let's head over here and mosey on to shore. I do feel like the Great Sea is a very odd hub world. It's very empty, obviously. I enjoy this game, and especially with the Swift sale, I don't mind it that much. But I also do understand why people wouldn't vibe with this game, because there's just not a lot to do in this world. It's, you know, with the Ocarina of Time remake being announced, and the irony, by the time this actually comes out on like YouTube as like an episode, the remake will be like long announced since then. In more detail, hopefully, if it is actually coming out this year. So the irony is, this will be, anything I say about Ocarina of Time will be extremely outdated by the time this actually goes up as a YouTube video beyond the VOD channel. But that's something I'm curious if, like, because Link's Awakening as a remake did adapt the GBA, like Game Boy Color version specifically, but it wasn't just a straight remake. It did add some things. There's the Dungeon Maker mode, and there's just a couple more side quests too. Mind you, nothing like earth-shattering. Like, there were, I think the max heart count in that game is 14. So they do add like a significant amount of like pieces of heart. Mind you, the dungeon mode's kind of a grind, so your mileage may vary on if the content they added was good or not. But it does make me think with Ocarina of Time it might not be a complete one-to-one remake. I think they might be adding stuff probably. I don't know if they're doing a full reimagining like, you know, Resident Evil remakes. That might be a little too much to ask, but I would love that. I'd prefer that to a straight remake. I've done a fish fortune on you, small fry, and from what I can tell, it looks like you're fated to come to this place many times. And the keys that control that fate are none other than the lucky items known as the Triumph Forks. Yeah, there's some sort of magical utensils. If you want to learn more about the Triumph Forks, talk to that guy Tingle. That's what the fish fortune told me. Now, I know I may only be a fish, but my fortune telling is uncannily accurate. You better believe it, small fry. That's all the info I've got. Okay. So, Tower of the Gods, we want to go south. I guess you could also go to Forest Haven. Now that I think about it. Now this is one section that's like, there's no convenient way to do this. You either have to like warp back or you sail through a whole ass screen. Now, but our next stop is the private oasis. Every tree, now that I'm thinking about it, is like 1 square away from a warp. So yeah, genuinely, even without the Swift sale and everything, I don't feel like this quest is actually that terrible. It's just time-consuming more than anything. Like, there's a lot of downtime to just kind of vibe. But again, I'm someone who's kind of a sucker for open world games. I don't mind games, so I'm just kind of vibing. In some ways, I actually like it, to be honest. I like being able to just kind of relax and go around. That's why I love the gameplay of Metal Gear Solid 5, even though a lot of aspects of that game suck really badly. Mainly the story is completely, like nonsensical. Not even like entertainingly nonsensical like a lot of Metal Gear. It's just kind of like painful to me. It's partly a mix of scope creep in the case of Kojima, I feel. And also Konami being Konami and just pulling the plug on it really fast. In terms of mid-production being like, yeah, no, we are cutting the budget of this game significantly. So that's fun. Oh yeah, another thing I actually haven't talked about is you can actually use the, like, up, down, left, right angles of the touch screen to actually control the Wind Waker. It's not how I would want to use the Wind Waker, but that's an option if you want. I don't know why you would, but again, that is an option. But yeah, I love the gameplay of Phantom Pain though, and even Ground Zeroes I think has fun, like, experimental gameplay. I just like going around, like, clearing out, like, bases and stuff. Even though the story is abysmally bad, I would argue. Such a mixed game in terms of my overall feeling on it. But again, I lean less positive in some ways than the majority, and more positive in other ways, I think. Like, I think the open world carries it enough that if you can find the game for like $5 or $10, it's still a great deal. But it is definitely not my favorite Metal Gear Solid. Though that does remind me, I've actually never played 1. Like, genuinely, I've never played Metal Gear Solid 1. I've played 2 through 5 and Revengeance, and that feels very backwards somehow. I haven't done the MSX games either. They're on the collection, I could play them. Even the 360 collection I have, I could do it that way. But yeah, just never gotten around to those. So yeah. I do feel like, you know, Chester said everything. This is a great time to catch up on like classic games, given yeah, no, hardware pricing out is a serious problem at the moment. Like, I would have loved to have gotten a Steam Deck like 2 years ago, if I'd known that it would be, like, I would be extraordinarily priced out by now. I feel like I'm getting so much deja vu from this particular stream, because we're just hitting up like a lot of the same locations, but it's fine. I'm free to use the Iron Thor. Yeah, I know, Serena, and I appreciate that, but like, where? I didn't mean to water the Korok, by the way, that was a mispress, a misalignment. And that should mean one more. Again, reminder, blue choo-choos are extraordinarily rare. If you want to get the blue choo jelly, you gotta make sure you don't kill too many of them. I think Iron Thor is more like Android-based, but there are ways to get PC games running on it, assuming like low spec, because obviously you're not gonna run like Cyberpunk on a Iron Thor. You have so many products, I don't remember which one is which also. But yeah, our last stop for this little tour is Star Island. Which actually, I understand why they take this route, because this puts us right by the Forsaken Fortress, where we need to go anyway. So, you know what? Good on you, guide. I understand. I see what you've thrown down. I see the vision. But yeah, all we have to do is sail over here and water the last tree. Yeah, and that took about 10 minutes. And again, I did not play optimally, given I did stop and feed the fish. If I hadn't done that, I probably would have been able to do this in like 10 minutes pretty evenly. Like almost 10 minutes even. But voila, last one hopefully. Unless I missed one, which is a possibility. My memory is not the best. And we got a piece of heart for our troubles. She's so happy. Got a piece of heart. 3 so far, hell yeah. Swordswoman, come see how healthy my forestry has become. Wow, I'm so happy. Thank you so much. Again, I'm pretty sure they all say the same thing, because you can do them in any order. But with that, minus like a couple things I've missed here or there, that we can easily double back for later. We also don't need the forest water. It'll become regular water over time, which is interesting. Yeah, that should be on X, because, you know, jumping. And I should put arrows somewhere accessible. But hey, we are finally ready to move on with the story. That did not take as long as I was afraid it would. Though an hour of side quests still isn't a trivial amount. Mind you, we can kind of blitz the Forsaken Fortress this time. Like, we can kind of blast through this pretty effortlessly. The main issue is the cannons cause the cannons and the explosions on the water cause the frame rate to drop. So again, I Wouldn't be opposed to this game ever getting like a Switch port or something to optimize it better, because HD is nice. The one other thing I would request from a Wind Waker, like HD second attempt. What the hell happened there? Normally that takes like multiple shots. I wonder if my positioning caused the cannons to shoot at the door themselves, and that's what happened. Ganon has likely been made aware of our little incursion already, but you have the Master Sword. That sword shall shine in the darkness, casting back evil. Within your hands, none can keep you from rescuing your sister. Do not be afraid. Hey, actually, I need the camera now that I think about it. Because we have a very unique mini-boss. Spoilers, I guess. I said we have a very unique mini-boss. There we go. Got Phantom Ganon. Hey, how do you feel about tennis? I'm gonna take a hit here, probably, but, photo. Nope, okay. I heard the shutter. It didn't play, though. Okay. This is not easy to get a photo of. Okay. Cool. So you only have a limited number of times you get to fight Phantom Ganon, so this is a very missable photo. General strategy is jump attack into spin attack. He'll try to like sneak up on you, which is actually faster than the tennis. So like, yeah, that's way more convenient if he actually plays nice. And there he goes. But we got something for it. There are also little barricades all over the place that are new. So luckily, the game just hands us what we need. It's always convenient that the thing you need to get through the dungeon is usually in or near the dungeon you need it in. You got the Skull Hammer. Set it to and use it with Y, X, or R. This mighty hammer can break things and pound obstacles into the ground. Some enemies even get stunned by the shockwaves it causes when you pound the ground with it. And I hear the unpleasant sound of mini blends, so let's kind of move on. Mind you, we can speedrun this, essentially. Like, we literally don't have to do anything if we don't want to. I actually wonder if the main door would be faster, given we could probably climb up the ladder there. Like nearby, and do it that way. Instead of going around the outer ring. Because I'm in the bottom right at the moment and need to go to the top middle. It's basically a pentagon shape. And these little interconnecting areas are like, and the rooms are the interconnecting spots, while the hallways are like the lines of the pentagon. So, yeah, hypothetically, if I don't botch something, this should go really smoothly. Now, you may notice I'm completely ignoring a gameplay mechanic of, I'm not really shutting down the spotlights here. Well, by the way, actually, I should do inventory. 10 of those, and 26 of these, which you might think, haha, funny meme number, knowing me, but it's not just haha, funny meme number, it's because something needs like 3. So that gives me 2 chances at it, if I botch it, but I might save beforehand, just in case. No moblins up here anymore, but we do have mini blends, which is actually... Something's glitching out over there. I think the seagulls are having a time. Like, do y'all see that? The weird, like, glitchy thing in the sky? Is the spotlight going the wrong... Is the wind going the right way, actually? Yeah, it is. Cool. This is a case, though, where we want to readjust, though. So yeah, I'm cheesing this. We're not gonna sidle across slowly and get shot at by a cannon. We're just gonna glide. The cannons should be too slow to actually hit us while not sidling across. So yeah. That's Forsaken Fortress 2. Believe it or not, that's literally how trivial this can be. I'm gonna grab health first though, because we do have something coming up. Yeah, I'm also gonna quickly put this here, I guess. Very nervous about the Helmrock King this time, not just barreling in. Big sister! You're okay! I was worried. The cell won't open that easily. There you go, acting before you think, as usual. I swear, do you even realize that we had to draw that monster bird off for you? It was about to come flying in here after you again. It's kind of clipping a bit, but the point still gets across. That sword? Where did you get that? Are you? Is it even possible? How could it be? Well, never mind about that. For now, we'll just take these girls. I'm sure their fathers back in town will pay a handsome reward for their return. I'm sorry to interrupt such a heartwarming reunion. But isn't there still something that you need to take care of? If you're worried about your sister, don't be. I promise I'll deliver her safely back to your little island. Normally I'd expect a huge reward for something like this, but this time it's my treat. Listen, Errol, your sister still has some things to take care of. Big, important, grown-up things. She'll be back soon, so you just wait nice and quiet until she returns, okay? But, big sister... Miss Tetra, we have to hurry! The bird will be here any second! Gonzo, excellent. You're just in time. Take this one from me. Huh? But she's fine, just do as you're told. Unceremonious. Big sister! I feel like Linkle should, again, look less happy. Linkle? We'll be back, I swear it. And right on cue, we got the Helmrock King. So, fun surprise in store. Hey, they can fill this room with water? Again, I think Linkle should look more concerned doing a lot of things, but it's fine. Alright, the Helmrock King. Actually confronting it this time, not getting immediately thrown into the ocean. Can I get away with this? Will they let me get away with this? Cool. Helmrock King is a one-time fight. You only see it here. If you do not get a photo of it here, you can never get a photo of it. So, yeah, one-time chance at that. Which, sucks a lot. If you miss it, then you have to do a second quest to actually get that. Mind you, it's called second quest, you get as many as you want. There's not like a limit to it, obviously. So, you know, it's trying its best. It's not really having a great run of actually stopping us, though. But then it just blocks the path, but we have a hammer. And we'll never see it again. That is the end of the Helmrock King. Of course it's not. That'd be too easy. We didn't get a heart container. It can't be over yet. So, Helmrock King sucks. I'm just gonna preface this with that now. This might be my least favorite boss in the game. Because it's just kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest. It likes to fly around and waste your time, and that's why I don't like it. So when it stops, you gotta lure it into, like, trying to peck you, basically, and then whack it with a hammer. It's got a stone mask on, so we actually can't do damage right away. Direct damage, so we have to actually, do our best to shatter it before we can actually proceed. If you stand too close, he'll try to, like, stomp on you, so that's why I'm trying to, like, gauge distance as best I can. Arrows do work on this thing. Also, even though the fish said something about freezing it, you actually can't organically get ice arrows. Which makes me think, actually, I wonder how ice arrows work on this, in a randomizer. Like if that was something that was planned and then not implemented, or like if it's just like a throwaway. There we go. So now, we have options. We can either wait for it to get stuck and slash at it, or alternatively, we can actually fire arrows at it. This actually does work. It's not fast, but it is an option. If it's just being a pain in the ass and not landing, that is viable. At times I'll try to blow you away into the spikes. So that's also good to keep in mind. There's one thing I don't know if it does anything, which sometimes you can bait it into crashing into a wall. I don't know if that actually does anything or not. Ow, we're getting shoved into the spikes. For the sake of speedrunning, there is actually a clip out of bounds that allows you to skip this fight entirely. Yeah, again, this is a fight that loves to waste your time. It's why I don't really like this one. There we go. Damn, only one hit? Come on. The problem is, if he's really close to you, it's like really hard to actually line up an arrow. Case in point. There we go. Again, this is slow. Not really, I guess. That was faster than waiting for it to peck us, I guess. The spin attack helped a lot. That probably took out a decent chunk of health. This is such a cool, like, boss defeat cutscene with the spotlights all pointing at it as it just zooms out as it, like, poofs away. Always really liked that. There we go. Got a heart container, hell yeah. Only 5 left, and 2 are from dungeons. That means like what? Only a handful of heart pieces left, like 10, I think? Because I think we're at 34, if I'm doing the math right. It's been a while, girl. You have done well to sneak into my fortress and wriggle your way all the way up here. I suppose the least I can do is commend you for your reckless courage. My name is Ganondorf, and I am the master of the Forsaken Fortress. By the way, girl, when you drew that sword of yours out of its pedestal, did you by chance notice how all of the monsters in time down there suddenly began stirring again? Do you understand precisely what that means? I highly doubt you do. Foolish child, while that sword is indeed the blade of evil's bane, at the same time it has long played another role. You see, it is also a sort of key, a most wretched little key that has kept the seal on me and my magic intact. By withdrawing the blade, you have broken that seal. And that did not go great for us. You cannot defeat me with a blade that does not sparkle with the power to repel evil. What you hold is useless. Go back to the world below and tell that to the pathetic fools who made this blade. Its power is gone, and its edges are dull. Linko, get up! Stop! Let me go! You pathetic little sea rat. My Triforce of power is resonating. Ha! At long last, I have found you, Princess Zelda. What? What are you talking about? I don't know any Zelda. Feigning ignorance will gain you nothing. Tell me, if you are not Zelda, then why do you have this fragment of the Triforce? Oh. And Rito to the rescue. In a big way, too, because high value. Welcome back, Serena. I didn't plan ahead, I don't have a translation up for this one. It's alright, Linkle. She has merely lost consciousness. Your sister has escaped the Forsaken Fortress with the pirates. You can relax. She's safe now. Lord Valu, you arrived not a moment too soon. We are deeply grateful. Does it have this? I'm just looking this up real quick. Does not. This one does not have that. Cool. I'm aware of this. And I thought our first priority should be to separate these two from Ganon's grasp. And there he goes. Linkle, I will explain things later. Now we must return to the world beneath the sea. Oh, ow. Linkle, you alright? What is this place? Hey, in Ganondorf, what happened to him? Linkle, what are you doing? You must come now to the room where you got the Master Sword. Who is using that stone? Just who are you? Linkle and I are the only ones who can speak through the stone. How dare you use what's not yours? Your name is Tetra, correct? You must come with Linkle to see me at once. Well done, you sound important. Fine, run away. Just hold your horses, whoever you are. Linkle, what are you waiting for? You heard the stone. You're supposed to show me how to get to where that voice is. Two things. One, this is like the only place you can actually get a photo of Tetra, but she follows you very close behind. You cannot actually get a good photo. So the actual ticket to this is the selfie mode. In this version. I don't know how you'd pull this off on GameCube. I actually don't know if I showed this off yet. But up, down, left... Wait. up, down, left, right. And if you hold down the stick, you get spinny eyes. Like, genuinely, if you want the picture of Tetra, this is the best way I've found to actually get it in this version. Yeah, don't know what you do on GameCube, by the way. No clue. Also, the translation for Valu is still is too soon for us to relax, cannot be destroyed by such simple means as wrath and fire, and I see and I agree. Very well then, we are counting on you. So again, you can get context clues just from what the King of Red Lions says. But it is interesting that it is translated in the second playthrough. Are you him? Are you the one who was speaking through my stone without my permission? Answer me! That stone is an enhanced version of the Gossip Stones long spoken of in the legend of the Hyrulean royal family. I am the one who made it. You made it? The royal family's Gossip Stone? I'm sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Have neither of you heard the tales? Tales of the kingdom spoken of in the legend of the great hero, the place where the power of the gods lies hidden. This place, where the two of you now stand, is that kingdom. This is Hyrule. And I am its king, Daphnis Nohansen Hyrule. Linkle, do you not recognize my voice? Indeed, I am the one who guided you here. I am the King of Red Lions. There was no need for me to reveal my true identity to you so long as that blade, the Master Sword, could defeat Ganon. But now, both of you must listen to me. Once, long ago, this land of Hyrule was turned into a world of shadows by Ganon, who sought to obtain the power of the gods for his own evil ends. My power alone could not stop the fiend, and my only choice was to leave the fate of the kingdom in the hands of the gods. When the gods heard our pleas, they chose to seal away not only Ganon, but Hyrule itself, and so, with a torrential downpour of rains from the heavens, our fair kingdom was soon buried beneath the waves, forgotten at the bottom of the ocean. Yet all was not lost, for the gods knew that to seal the people away with the kingdom would be to grant Ganon's wish for the destruction of the land. So before the sealing of the kingdom, the gods chose those who would build a new country and commanded them to take refuge on the mountaintops. Those people were your ancestors. Hundreds of years have passed since then. So long as Ganondorf was not revived, Hyrule would remain below, never waking from its slumber. Tetra, come to me. This necklace you wear is part of a sacred treasure called the Triforce of Wisdom, which has been passed down for many ages within the royal family of Hyrule. Your mother passed this down to you and instructed you to treasure it, to guard it with your life. Am I not correct? The Triforce of Wisdom is none other than the sacred power of the gods that we have kept from Ganon's clutches for so many long years. The gods placed upon your ancestors the task of protecting it from evil's grasp. You too must abide by the laws of the past, and so the time has come for me to teach you the fate into which you were born, the very reason that you live. You always put so much pressure on Zelda in the modern games. Like, she's always the one who has to, like, take all the responsibility. So hey, remember when I said I had one more mod? My fate. You are the true heir of the royal family of Hyrule, the last link in the bloodline. You are Princess Zelda. Zelda? I'm a princess? You are confused, aren't you? I suppose such is to be expected. Linkle, I'm terribly sorry that you have been caught up in these events. But now that it is known that Tetra is indeed Princess Zelda, Ganon will be searching frantically for this child in an attempt to get the power of the gods that she possesses. He will not rest until he has found her. If he succeeds, my ancient kingdom under the sea will be turned into a land of shadow and despair, and so will the world you know above the waters. Linkle, I need you to lend me your strength in this dark hour. I have a suspicion about what has caused the Master Sword to lose its power. I need for you to come with me back to the lands above the water and return the power to repel evil to the Master Sword. Zelda? It is far too dangerous for you to join us in this task. Fortunately, the Sacred Chamber is not yet known to Ganon. It is my wish that you wait here in hiding until we return. Linkle, we must go. Linkle. I don't know how to say this. Everything that's happened to you and your poor sister, it's all been my fault. I'm so sorry. Linkle. Be careful. And then the statue moves back. So yeah, I've had a mod. Since I was already modding Lincoln, I figured might as well go the extra mile. And I found a mod very easily that actually allows Zelda to have the same skin color as Tetra, which I actually prefer for a couple reasons. One, literally just look at the King of Headlines, or the King of Hyrule. Like, he has a darker complexion that actually matches Tetra's. So it's actually kind of weird that, like, Zelda, by default, is extremely pale. Like, blindingly pale. I do not understand the decision. And also just, like, I don't know. It's like, more diversity is nice, to be honest. Just to be blunt. Also, hi, thank you for the head pats. Hope you're doing well. I just wanted to show the barrier, by the way, as I was talking about that really briefly. But yeah, that's everything in Hyrule for now. Linkle, listen well. The fact that the Master Sword lost the power to repel evil suggests to me that something has happened to the sages who infused the blade with the god's power. The sages should be here in Hyrule, in the Wind Temple to the north and the Earth Temple to the south, praying to the gods. You must head for those two temples to see what has happened to the sages and attempt to find a way to recover the power to repel evil. Unfortunately, Ganon seems to have erected some sort of magical barrier down here in Hyrule, blocking our path to the temples. But each temple should have another entrance high upon Hyrule's mountaintops, which are now islands above the sea. As always, I shall mark these places on your sea chart. Now then, if we stay here much longer, we shall draw our enemies' attention to Princess Zelda's whereabouts. We must return to the surface immediately. Alright, you heard him. Off we go. But yeah, like, I genuinely do prefer, like, Zelda to have the same skin color as Tetra. It just makes more sense to me. Linkle, do you know the legend of the Hero of Time? Once long ago, she defeated Ganon and brought peace to the Kingdom of Hyrule. A piece of the Triforce was given to the Hero of Time. She kept it safe, much as Zelda kept hers. That sacred piece is known as the Triforce of Courage. When the Hero of Time was called to embark on another journey and left the land of Hyrule, she was separated from the elements that made her a hero. It is said that at that time, the Triforce of Courage was split into 8 shards and hidden throughout the land. Even I do not know where they rest, but this much I do know. They lie hidden somewhere in this great sea. Might you have crossed paths with someone who knows much about things that lie hidden in the depths of the sea? Well, fret not if you can think of no one, though maybe you would come upon the knowledge by asking around in a place where many people gather. Interesting hint. That would kind of point to Windfall, because that's like the only major town in this game. But I actually don't know if anyone would acknowledge that there. Also, I think I'm a heart piece short, which I figured out last time what the deal was. I just never went back and got it, unfortunately. I think it was the couple quests in Windfall. Tell me, little girl, can you control the wind? So young, to have such power. How did you know to find me here? A fish told me. I am the queen of the fairy world. What's the matter, my child? Does that not surprise you, young one? I like you, and so I shall give new power to the bow that you wield. The powers of fire and ice have been added to your arrows. When you take out your bow, you use ZR to change arrowheads and then fire away. Ice arrows can freeze the hottest flames, and fire arrows can melt the coldest ice. The fairies in this fountain will ease your weariness. Use them as you need to. Child, I must tell you, you're just my type. Happy Pride Month. And there she goes. Just double checking. I actually don't know how long you have to wait for like the Anton and Lydia stuff. Now that I think about it. But first up, our first stop should be this place. I've got the name of it already. Hey, guess who has no brain cells sometimes? I've got a piece of mail, by the way. We'll get that later. But our first stop is that big-ass mountain we saw a while back that was on fire. That we couldn't do anything about because it was on fire. So again, this part reminds me of the lava spire from Mario Galaxy. It's funny, the flames take a moment to actually pop in. There's also a Card Rock, which is just dandy. Before we get that, I'm gonna be going over here. I kind of zoned out and I wasn't sure if I actually landed on it. By the way, all of that we just did, the water still has 10 minutes on it. I almost said holy water. This magic water is lasting a real long time. Like, impressively long time. But, yeah, no, she wasn't lying. I can literally freeze that. Also, thank you for the head pats. I appreciate it. So this is where the fun begins. We have 5 minutes to go in and out of this place, but as I like to say as a vocal stim, 5 minutes should be plenty. But unironically, because they gave us 5 minutes for this. Now, mind you, I always get turned around here. I forget which way is the way forward, because there's a left path and a right path, and I never remember which one is the actual correct one. Can I cheese this? Nope, I cannot cheese it. Cool. Okay. Guess you already forgot which direction I have to go. Okay, good start. Is it this way then? I mean, this looks more accurate than before, like more correct. The funny part is I kind of second guess myself to the point of like, it probably is that way, huh? And then I just proceed to not go that way because I make good decisions. By the way, once you're actually done in this place, it actually extinguishes permanently, to my understanding. So the timer will go away once we're done here. Thankfully. Also, by the way, we can actually kind of cheese a fight here compared to before, because we have more goodies to work with. Got fire keys. Fire keys actually don't show up very much, so I'm gonna be very pokey and do this. That is not a good photo, okay. I do not know what you want from me, game. Maybe it's just regular keys, I don't know. It felt like that would have been a good photo, but... I'll just move on. Got the little, like, lava platforms from before. They are sinking, by the way. It's a very generous timer. But we can actually fight these little guys in a different way than before. To my recollection, the hammer will actually break these. Like when they're curled up. So, is this faster than getting a parry hit? Probably not, actually. But it's a way. Again, funny that the water still has so much time on it because cutscenes. But yeah, that's just to show how much extra time you really have on Wii U compared to GameCube. That's like not an issue whatsoever. Got the power bracelets. Both arms are now stronger than ever. Press A to grab and lift objects. That's it. All that stuff we've seen up to this point that we couldn't actually lift, this is what we needed for that. Piece of cake. One of two, because they've also alluded to Ice Ring Isle having something for us. Oh, okay. And yeah, no timer, it's all ding and ding out. Ow, that was smart. That's okay, I don't need legs. Now, Ice Ring Isle should be right by Forest Haven. But what if we go back to Windfall and hang out there for a little bit? I mean, there should be a couple things we can do there. Again, I need to check the Anton and Lydia quest, because that's been long overdue, to be honest. Long overdue. Also, the guide actually tackles the eye reefs at this point. I guess I can do that for the remainder of the stream. Then we'll start with the Earth Temple, and yeah, I think it was the Earth Temple. And Wind Temple later. Good morning, letters for Lincoln. We have one letter. Here's your letter. This parcel has been sent. A cash on delivery. Postage is due 201 rupees. Will you pay? This is to force you to have the bigger wallet on GameCube. To the esteemed Miss Fairy person, thank you very much for your purchase. Enclosed is an incredible chart. This chart will show you where you can find the Triforce charts and Triforce shards. I want you to use it to find lots of them. They are my favorite kinds of items. And also, sir, have you been checking your Tingle chart? Have you seen those giant fairy marks? Follow the chart to them, and your fortune will increase greatly. Tingle, they missed one case of things, sir. You got the incredible chart. Now you know where all the Triforce charts and Triforce shards are hidden. That's positively incredible. Open the chart on the map screen to view it. I mean, that might be why they say to go to a town. Just to kind of be like, hey, go to a town, and then you get the thing. So yeah, we are missing one chart. which is in one of the quadrants we actually haven't been to yet. I'm pretty sure they'd be walking about town, but I actually don't know if that's indicative of anything. Also, you're new. You're new here. Hey, you, come on. Use your head. You can't just stand there like that. You're in my way. Can't you move? Oops, that won't do. That won't do at all. I'm already back. Already I'm back to my old habits. I'm terribly sorry. Really, I am. Welcome to you, miss. This way to Windfall's outdoor shop. Chock full of fun and happy products. So that is the daughter of, like, the rich guy in the big fancy mansion. And yeah, something has changed. Ah, there they are. The two of us are going to start dating. Don't we make a delightful couple? I'm so happy, and that's why I want to share some of our happiness with you. And yeah, this has been long overdue. I could have done this a long time ago. Take good care of it. Hey, it's you! Listen to this, will you? I did it! I worked up my courage and I talked to her. It was totally the right move. You know why, buddy? She likes me. She actually likes me. Aw. Hell yeah. So now we're back on track for heart pieces because I was missing one. So, oopsie. Yeah, okay. My brain shut down for like a split second and forgot what I was actually gonna go do. But actually, someone worth talking to is down here where we have, the rich guy. Who might you be? Why do I get this strange feeling that we've met before? Ah, it's you! The little girl who promises big promises and then fails to deliver on them. Too bad you couldn't save my daughter. Fortunately, not everyone in this world fails to deliver. As it turns out, my dear Mila was saved by a group of kind pirates. The pirates had a leader, Tetra, I believe she said her name was. I was most grateful. She did demand a rather hefty reward, though. Thanks to them, my fortune has vanished. We've hit rock bottom. But my little Mila is alive and home safe where she belongs, so I can't complain. A daughter is more important than money. Aw, wholesome. But that raises the question of what happened to the guy who was here? Which I guess we'll find out, after ad break. I'm scoping. There is a treasure chart we can get by talking to this guy. And actually this is a good time to do this, because I'm gonna save anyway. But this actually requires skull necklaces, so I'm gonna equip those real quick. And then save, because again, I might need to save scum this a bit. I hope not, but just to be on the safe side. But with that... we will take a break here, and then probably just spend the next little bit doing side stuff, probably, given... we have quite a bit we can actually do in terms of side stuff. So yeah, I'll be back momentarily. Hi, we are back and ready to go. Let's not waste any time and hop back to it. Okay, we are going to try a minigame of sorts, by talking to you. Actually, we could just hand you skull necklaces. Oh, chum, that's a skull necklace. I collect these things, but how do you know that? I can sell these for huge profits at antique stores, which reminds me, there's something I want to talk to you about, chum. Can you give me 3 of these? If you do, I'll let you play a really fun game. I'll give you 3. Thanks, chum. I'm happy to take them off your hands. Alright then. Now, I'll let you play my little game. It's called Piggy Sitting. I've let 3 pigs loose on this island, and you have to bring them all back to me within 2 minutes. If you do a good job, I'll reward you for your trouble. Are you ready, chum? Sure. Alright, bring them all to me within 2 minutes, starting now. Ready? Go! The funny part is I have 1:40 on the water, so that's actually like an unofficial timer for this minigame. Same as before, sneak up on them, grab them. Piece of cake. Do I just set them down? Oh ho! The first one arrives. You got 1:44 left, chum. I don't even see. Oh, that's up there. God damn it. Should probably go for that one first, but I'm smart. Second one shows up. Well, chum, there's only 1:33 left. Oh god. Gotta hurry. That's the annoying one, because it's all the way up here. Again, looking at the forest water to actually gauge how much time I have. We still have a minute left, so that means we have like a minute 20 more accurately. Voila. Wow, you found the third one. Nice work. Well, chum, you win. Oh yeah, I guess a promise is a promise. I owe you a little reward, don't I? I owe you a little reward then, don't I? Alright, hold out your hand, chum. Yay, you got a treasure chart. Easy peasy. But still, cripes, how can my little piggies lose like that? They must be out of shape. Time for an exercise regimen. Things won't go so easy for you next time. Alright, so now that we are safely able to do this, or it's like... we don't have to worry about burning through skull necklaces. I want to take the remaining skull necklaces and actually go over to the big manor we saw earlier. And also, I need to remember to drop down and actually get the thing. But... You there, halt! Oh, you're just some wretched street urchin. I thought you were a postman. Be thankful, because if you were the postman, I would have shooed you out of here before you could say boo! But say, you look rather familiar for a street urchin. Have we perhaps met before someplace? What? Whatever do you mean? You don't mean my daughter, do you? Because my daughter has already been rescued from the Forsaken Fortress. Why, she even returned with a huge load of lovely, glittering, delicious treasure. Thanks to her little incident, we've become filthy rich overnight. And I mean filthy. Why, there is no girl in the world who says good a child as my Maggie. You may not have been there to help me, but there's no harm done. I'm sure you'll accomplish something in life, someday. In the meanwhile, my daughter's blossomed into quite a little beauty. Run along, go spend some time with her. So yeah, he kinda sucks. now. But let's go say hi to Maggie, I guess. Oh, to think that I would survive my ordeal and return to this town. And to think that I would ever be able to live in such a beautiful, opulent house. It's like a dream come true. But no, it's like a nightmare. Without him by my side, it's like a rainstorm rages in my heart. He was so kind to me in the Forsaken Fortress, that sweet boy who gave me all those expensive necklaces when I fled from that cursed island. Just hearing his name lifts my spirits. Mo, the wonderful moblin from the Forsaken Fortress. Oh, Mo, why Mo? I'm always writing heartfelt letters filled with my overflowing emotions, but why don't you answer me, Mo? Ugh. This is bad, oh terribly bad. I've already drifted off into my own dream world. Oh, by the way, I have a request for you. Could you take the letter I've just finished and inking and deliver it to the post box for me? Please, I beg of you, please, I beg of you. What, really? You're such a dear, you've made Maggie so happy. You got Maggie's letter. It's a letter from Maggie to her sweetheart, to her sweetie. Keep it in your delivery bag until you find a post box to drop it in. The post box, don't you dare forget, but you must promise not to read it. The secrets of a girl's heart are to be shared only when she so desires. Cool. So yeah, there's actually something here if we like carefully drop down. That works. Missed this the entire game so far. It's just a red rupee. Not worth it, but cool. So now we gotta do a little delivery mission. Her bag is actually a lot emptier than it used to be. We only have one thing in it beyond this, which is the Cabana deed. Kachunk Perur. This post box is near Dragon Roost Island. The postage is only 5 rupees. Do you wish to send this now? Your parcel has hereby been accepted for delivery. Thank you for using the island postal service. We appreciate your business. Sweet, okay. Ah, that sound scared me. Oh my god. I'm not sure what that was. I think it might have been the water, actually. Because I've just been in cutscenes so long that I kind of forgot that the water was still active. And it like, lost its efficacy. And that sound was so, like, startling. I genuinely got, like, jump scared by that. Oh my god. Honestly, you just don't understand, do you? Open up your ears. Silence, I'm telling you, we don't allow postmen here. Be gone, be gone! Don't be ridiculous. I went through great trials and tribulations to go all the way to the Forsaken Fortress and return with Mo's letter. Silence! Be gone, be gone! Then please, be reasonable. Can you at least sign for the letter? Silence! Be gone, be gone! Just acknowledge I was here? Silence! Be gone, be gone! Shark, foolish man, now you've made me angry. I cannot even look you in the face any longer, or I fear I might. I must go somewhere to cool my feathers. What a wretched, unruly postman. I don't know anything about any Mr. Mo in any Forsaken Fortress, and yet he always comes here bringing his letters. Does this Mo think I'll let him lay a hand on my one and only daughter, Maggie? I don't care whose letters they are. They'll never reach her on my watch. So that's why he hates postmen. Again, like, the turnaround in his personality since he's getting really rich. The postman in question decided to cool off at the bar, so we're back in the building, again, as the saying goes. I actually don't know who this postman is, typically. Like, if he's someone that shows up anywhere else. I'm gonna do this. Okay, it won't let us, cool. Oh, it's you! I'm sorry you had to witness me fly off the handle like that over at Maggie's house. I'm most embarrassed. That man just... never mind. To tell you the truth, though, I came to deliver a letter addressed to Maggie from a moblin named Mo, but as you saw, the girl's stubborn father won't permit me to give it to her. A stubborn, meddling old man, refusing to accept letters from the postman? Who's heard of such nonsense? I went to great trouble to go all the way to the Forsaken Fortress, and it was a most frightening ordeal, let me tell you. If I don't deliver this letter, then I'm a failure of the delivery trade. But I have other deliveries waiting to be made. I cannot mope here forever. Actually, though, I have an idea. That old fool may not permit postmen on his premises. But surely he would allow you in the place, would he not? Could you deliver this letter to Maggie in my stead? What do you say? Honestly, you young woman are a lifesaver. It truly never hurts to ask. I shall leave this letter in your care. You got the Moblin's letter. This letter has a sort of a stink to it. Take it to Maggie. I'm counting on you to put this in Maggie's hands, and I thank you. Again, this doesn't hit the same notes as Majora, because one, Majora's on a cycle, so you have a very tight, like, loop for the gameplay to be able to actually flesh out personalities and have routines and everything. But I do really like the side stuff in Wind Waker. I think a lot of it's pretty charming. It's just kind of hard to like match like Majora being so heavily like integrated into its side content. Like, again, if we ever get to like, I am planning to do Majora's Mask for Fox Girls Favorites potentially, because that is like my second favorite Zelda. But if so, I will be doing that 100% also. Is that? Could it be the letter from Mo that I saw in my dreams? Let me read it this instant. This is Mo. I like you, Maggie, so much that I want to eat you for dinner. Did you hear that? Those words? This means... I mean, it must mean... Can it be? Is this his marriage proposal? It must be. At last my feelings have been conveyed to Mo. At last he understands how I feel. It's the happiest day of my life. True-dee-doo-dee-loo-la-la. From here on out, today will be the anniversary of true love for me and Mo. Oh, it completely slipped my mind. I must thank you for your role in this. To commemorate my anniversary of true love, I give you this. Fittingly a piece of heart. Trudy-loo-hoo, treasured always. Alright, so... based on everything, I think we got enough information for that. If we give him skull necklaces... Eh? This is one of those skull necklaces that my daughter Maggie brought back from the Forsaken Fortress. They sell quite well at antique shops. In fact, it was thanks to these beauties that I became so filthy rich overnight. And from the looks of it, I'd say you have about 20 of these, don't you? They aren't easy to come by either. Frankly, I'm amazed you found so many. I'll be bathing in money yet again. The money bath. The only bath that gets you filthy rich. Filthy rich! Alright girl, I'll give you this as a tip. Now, I'm not thanking you or anything. I'm just feeling good today. Asshole. But we got a treasure chart. I was once quite poor myself, you know. Back then I used to dream of owning a boat. A boat I could use to go off in search of treasure. And now look at my filthy richness. Chase your dreams, little urchin. I reiterate, asshole. But with that taken care of, let's flip the script to the other side of the coin for a moment. Which requires us to go tonight. Also, the touchscreen, the gamepad shows all the songs, which is very nice. I swear I have most of these memorized except the next two, so it's not really something I need, but it is a nice little thing. Alright, so we want to go talk to Mila now. Shh, shh. Take off, go away. Okay. And off she goes. We want to follow her. We want to see where she's going. There's another letter. Who's that? That's not the sound I was expecting. Cool. It's like a meow almost in with Link. Which actually reminds me, there aren't actually any cats in this game, so it doesn't make sense. Reminds me of like sneaking up on Grubba and Thousand Your Door and having to like pretend to be a mouse or like a bug or something in the vent. A lot of GameCube games are in this weird boat of they have a lot of personality but are also just unfinished. This definitely kind of fits that bill, honestly, because like I love Wind Waker. I think it's a very fun time, but it's rough at times with the amount of like content that was like cut down. But yeah, this is like a frustrating segment. Sometimes her field of vision is just inexplicable. Like what she can and can't spot just makes no damn sense. So I'm playing it very safe because I don't want to have to do this twice. Also, if you talk to it too early, you screw this up. So specifically, wait until an icon appears above her head. Because I've definitely talked to her too early. You startled me. What do you want? My heart's racing. You scared me. Wait, are you the kind of creep who goes around at night scaring people? That's just plain mean. Just who do you think you are anyway? An ally of justice. A what? An ally of justice? I'm not a thief, I swear. I haven't stolen anything. Well, yet. Please let me go. It was just an impulse, that's all. Just a bad idea. Why wouldn't you say anything? Does this mean you're mad at me? Could you at least listen to the circumstances in my life that led up to this moment? Please, you owe me that much. Sure. I was once the richest little debutante in this town. Did you know that? But one day a monstrous bird came and took me away to a terrible place called the Forsaken Fortress, where I was locked up and held captive. Oh, it was awful. My father spent every last rupee in his coffers in an attempt to get me rescued. That's right, every last bit of our family fortune. Gone. That was when my life of poverty began. Now every day, from morning until night, I'm busy working for the open-air shop. So as you can see, at least I'm trying to sell into my poor lifestyle. Doesn't that just tug at your heartstrings? What do you say about the tragic events in my pitiable life? That's terrible. And to make matters worse, for some reason, I still can't figure out that slob Maggie, who was the poorest girl in town, suddenly got filthy rich. Maggie, of all people, makes me so mad that I want to do something terrible, grr. Do you understand my plight? Very well. Then you'll let me go? Unfortunately, no. But why not? Because I'm honest. It's true, I know I'm quibbling over nothing, but being so poor weakens a person's very soul. But it's time I quit making silly excuses for myself. Thank you so much. Thanks to you, I didn't have to sink down to the level of a common thief. I will never do anything like that again. What an amazing feeling. I've let all of my worries out of my heart. Wow, I actually feel refreshed. Let me at least thank you. Please take this. Ta-da, you got an empty bottle. Don't look at me like that. I didn't steal it. It washed up on the shore, so I picked it up. Don't tease me like that. It's a tiny bottle made of crystal clear glass. It's so beautiful. I wish my soul could be that beautiful. Oh, what am I saying? When you live in poverty, you can say the cheesiest things without blinking an eye. So, I guess I should go soon. My father will start worrying. Goodbye, little ally of justice. And good luck to you. Bye. Thanks for tonight. Like, it's a subtle thing, but I genuinely think this is a very nice little side quest. How much chew jelly do we even need to get a magic potion, given that, I'm realizing I probably should have more magic than I do now. There's a chest over there, by the way. We actually can get that now. It's gonna be a little annoying, but it's possible. But first, there's actually something we need to do. Involving arrows, which means we have to cut through everyone's favorite curmudgeon's little abode, Salvatore. Luckily, we are free of Sploosh Kaboom, so don't have to worry about that at least. But up we go. And we want to hop over onto this. So, the lighthouse part is still not working. So the general recommendation is to try to light the fire inside it, and therefore now that we have fire arrows, we can do just that. This is surprisingly annoying to do, actually. I wish you got, like, an aiming reticle. Because, yeah, you can just clip it like that. And, like, it has to go, like, smoothly through. And, yeah, sometimes it'll just clip, like, the lip of it in such a way that it won't actually go in. So high, we have to just kind of wait for it to go all the way around. But I hope everyone's doing okay. Yeah, gyro would also make this slightly easier. I actually might stand up here to get a little bit of extra height. That might help. Actually, I wonder if you can jump onto that little ledge and do it that way. There we go. Piece of cake. Second try, not bad. I often botch the first shot. Now, actually, can I be a little fancy and silly and actually jump down here? Ow. It's worth it. Fine night, isn't it? Do you see that little lady? The light in the lighthouse has been reignited. Check out the beam of light that sweeps out now, shining through the night's darkness. Seeing that brave beam fighting the gloom has made me so happy. I just feel like giving somebody a present. So here, I'm giving this to you, little lady. Convenient, you're giving it to the right person. Now Windfall is going to be even more lively than before. Hooray for everything! Yeah, like, Windfall, in a way, is almost like a mini clock town. In that it's not as, like, thorough. But it does, to me, at least, hit some of the same notes of, like, you know, helping everyone. Though, mind you, it's not as involved from the perspective of you don't have, like, 50 million side quests to do like you would in actual Majora, because Majora's Mask is, like, again, a fascinating game to me because it's, like, 99% of the appeal of Majora's Mask is the side quests. Which, again, I feel like Zelda games often strike that note, actually. This is not exclusive to Majora. Okay. This is actually the first time I've done it this way, believe it or not. I normally wait till I get an item in 2 dungeons from now in order to actually make that a little bit more seamless. But I'm an overachiever. So yeah, we only have like 5 more heart pieces to go, which is the kind of crazy part. Good evening, letters for Linkle. We have 1. Here's your letter. Who's this from? Is this... How have you been, big sister? I'm here on the pirate ship writing you this letter. Isn't that neat? At first I was really scared, but they're all actually nice. For pirates, I mean. Mr. Gonzo is a really big guy, but ever since Miss Tetra left, he's been crying like a baby. It's kind of funny, but sort of sad too. Nudge is a little strange, but nice too. And as for Senza, his beard makes him look pretty mean, but he tells really cool stories when he gets in the right mood. Zuko is kind of weird, and Mako is pretty quiet. Mako immediately gets mad whenever I try to take his glasses, so I do that a lot. As usual, Nico is always fooling around. He won't take anything serious. Actually, he seems sad not to have you around anymore. Were you 2 good friends? I helped them all out with their chores, and they actually paid me a little for it, so I'm sending the money to you. Please use it, big sister. I'll loan you my telescope for a little longer, but you have to return it to me eventually, okay? I'm doing fine here, so don't you worry. I'll take care of myself, so you be sure to take good care of yourself. Good luck, Errol. 20 rupees. Not bad. Thinking about what I want to tackle next. Again, the order of the guide is to do the eye reefs first, which is like, do I really want to do that right now? I mean, we can get this over with. We're gonna have to do it eventually if I'm getting all the charts. I thought it showed the wrong direction for a second. I got very concerned. I'm trying to figure out where in this guide they actually talk about Windfall. Actually, that one's at Rockspire. That's good to know. It's pretty close by. The chart from the pig minigame is actually not in the original, by the way. That one was originally a rupee reward. Basically, TLDR, there's certain places that have Triforce shards. Just straight up, they give you the shard. This is different than in the original, where you have charts for everything. The purpose of that is, to be blunt, to speed it up. Because having 7 Triforce charts means, or like 8 Triforce charts or something, means you have a lot of padding. And you need a lot of money just to afford all that. So, yeah, they actually speed that up considerably. Now, truth be told, I don't remember if you have to break the cannons around the reef, or if you have to blow up all the gunboats too. Because there's like one on the outside that's like, I didn't fight yet. So I'm wondering if I have to fight that one. Also, yeah, the frame rate in the Cyclops reef is not great. I cannot imagine what it'll be like in the 6-eye reef where you have like a lot more cannons firing. I'm pretty sure the cannons can hit you if you're too close, so you have to be careful of that too. There we go, and there should be 2 more. It might just be the cannons, it might not be the boats. The boats might just be more like, oh, it's gonna annoy you having to fight all these gunboats off to the side. Yeah, it might not be the boats, but we'll see as we go along. Just need a little burst for 2 reasons. 1, to get that done a little bit faster, and 2, the wind might be in the right spot to glide, but I think it's actually needing to go south. Shoot. It fell down. Damn it. Yeah, it needs to go south. The cannon's just stuck in midair. Yeah, I think it's this way. Yeah, this is why I don't like the reefs, because it just takes a long time. Oh yeah, we still haven't done Ice Ring Isle, too. Thinking emoji. I say that a lot for some reason. It's just a way to indicate I'm thinking. I can probably go from this one, actually. Actually, it might be the one on the opposite side, because that's like the highest one I can see. So we might have had the wind going in the right direction all along. God damn it. Cool. Nothing. Good day, sir. Yeah, sometimes the hard part is gauging where you actually glide from. This actually probably will work because it's actually sloped down, which means we should actually still be able to stand on this, no problem. One downside is I can't check the skulls over there if they have anything good for us. So all these are going to be treasure charts to my knowledge, and they'll lead to like special charts at least, so that's kind of neat. And again, do not know numbers off the top of my head. That looks like Rockspire. That's Horseshoe. That one's actually right here. Okay, might as well just get that while we're here. Looks like it's over here. Oh shoot, hit the gas too much. Let go over here, let it go, and voila. Yeah, these aren't ordinary treasures, to my recollection at least. And we have the light ring. You got the light ring chart. Now you know where to find the rings of light that mystically appear on the sea under the full moon. Open the chart on the map screen to view it. So these are like special ones, but I don't care. So it's like, cool, that doesn't do me much good actually. But hey, might as well. I feel like I'm missing a heart piece from what the guide's saying, and I don't know where that fourth heart piece is gonna end up being. So that's fun. Yeah, that's something for future me to figure out. I don't know if it's actually... I feel like Mo might write you a letter at some point, but I don't know if I'm actually remembering correctly or not. I see one inside, but I can't tell which chart it is. Again, if you're playing a randomizer, hey, this is the worst part of a randomizer, potentially. If the game decides to be mean to you and be like, hey, wouldn't it be great if you have to do 6-eye reef with the boomerang? That's not fun. That's very miserable. And I feel like I've had to do that in a randomizer before, so that's a barrel full of laughs. It should be 6-eye reef, right? Yeah. Oh, I hear it. I'm right on top of it, but I can't tell which chart it is at a glance. Ow. Oh, okay. Barely passed it by. Is that close enough? Yeah, that's close enough. The problem is I actually don't remember where the other reefs are now that I'm thinking about it. It might be Shark Island. Because you need the hammer and I think another item for that. Alright, so now we have the fun task of what the hell's the cannon I'm missing? Oh, well, asking you shall receive, I suppose. There's probably more, though. It can't be that easy. They're probably, like, all in, like, the cardinals, like, over here, yeah. I missed this one somehow. Luckily, the explosion radiuses are very generous. Problem is, putting away the cannon is actually kind of annoying. I'm gonna check over here. This feels like a logical place, given all the others. There we go. That should be the last one. Yeah, you might be able to use the item from 2 dungeons from now to actually reach that. That might be close enough. Again, just for the sake of, like, potentially speeding this up. No, shoot, this one's weird. I think you have to glide between a few of them. Like, you have to kind of, like, chain glides, if I'm not mistaken. Because, like, you can't go straight to it, basically, unless you have the item, TM, from that dungeon. Because I don't think this is actually high up enough. So, yeah, I just feel like you might have to glide from, like, one of the other ones. Actually, looking at this, I might be thinking of 5-eye reef or, like, 4-eye reef. 5-eye makes the most sense, actually. because these are square, they also are very convenient for actually lining up the Wind Waker. Piece of cake. I'm just kind of quickly double checking something while we're waiting for this to play out. And again, all these are going to be charts, so that makes my life a little bit easier. The piece of heart I'm missing actually might be from a chart. Alright, that's 6 eye reef. The problem is I don't remember where the next closest reef is. So let's actually take a... I guess I can quickly scan this. 4 eyes up near there. There's 2 eye reef. 5 eyes by outset. We might do that one. What the hell's 2 eye reef? There's 3. 3 eye reef is on the other side of Greatfish. Interesting. Something I should actually do is make a little bit of progress here. Again, I wish this guide I'm following actually just had a map of like, oh, here's where all the eye reefs are. Yeah, we've done Cyclops and 6 eye. 2 eye reef is east of Outset. So yeah, we're generally trending towards Outset, so I guess that's our next stop. We're also in a weird predicament of like, oh shoot, nothing is particularly close or far away, so we're just kind of in a weird middle ground of like warping or sailing isn't going to really matter that much because it's kind of equidistant almost. Did we map out Thorn Fairy Island? I don't know if we did. Because that might also be something worth doing, because we're running out of arrows. Arrows also work on the big octopus, by the way, so that is an option. And away we go, almost to our destination. The sky looks really pretty in this version. Like, I know the lighting is not the most popular thing, but like, genuinely, there are times when the lighting is super pretty. So as stated before, just gonna melt that. And I'm gonna ignore everything. There's a chest around the perimeter too. I'm gonna just skip that by. Because as previously stated, once we're done here, everything will cool off. Actually warm up enough that the timer is not active. The timer is only active till you get the actual like equipment in question. So because of that, I'm gonna play it safe and not worry about that. Now this does kind of trip expectations a little bit. Oh my god, you can trip and fall flat on your face, by the way. If I wasn't on a time limit, I might demonstrate. But traditionally in Zelda games, you want to like roll jump. If I'm not mistaken, or not, okay. I think my angle was just bad. This one sucks way more, by the way. Fire Mountain isn't like the easiest thing in the world, but well, there you go. I personally feel like Ice Ring Isle is like way harder. Which makes sense, because I think you're supposed to do this one later than we're actually doing it. So, oopsie, ow. See, that's just gotta hurt at a point. Oh my god. Do we have time for this? Oh, hi! We're slipping and sliding. Pat the Fox, oh, thank you. Hi Peter, thank you for the raid. I hope 14 went well. You're probably ahead of where I'm at this point if you streamed this long, given where you were. So yeah, you're probably decently into Stormblood, if I had to guess. So yeah, I'm at the very, like, beginning of Stormblood, so, oopsie, I need to catch up now. I was really ahead for a while, but that didn't last forever. Okay. Making my life a little easier by clearing out some of the enemies. 2 quest chains? Oh, okay. That's gonna be fun. Oh, this slide sucks, by the way. I don't like it. Okay, we're fine. Cool. Neat. Okay. God, please open the chest. There we go. Jeez. Fun. And you got the iron boots. These boots are so heavy you can hardly walk, but the wind can't blow you around when you wear them. You're a bit ahead. That makes sense also because of work scheduling. Yeah, hope you had fun. Again, I still need to start Stormblood, because again, I got playing Piku Miku instead. And then I got playing a different game. Which I'm blanking on which... Deltarune, obviously. It's like, why was I forgetting Deltarune? Oh, shoot. Do we have enough arrows for this? I'm gonna assume we do. Ow, Jesus. Okay. Okay. Yeah, thank you for the raid. Chibi's a little behind because she had to make food. That makes sense. Yeah, I still... Again, I haven't even started Stormblood, so I'm once again the farthest behind. Working on job quests this weekend. That makes sense. I also need to do that. My other issue is there's gonna be a heat wave. It's gonna be close to 100, and because of that, and also like power concerns, I don't know how much I'm playing 14 this weekend. I might play tonight, but like probably not until like Tuesday. Because of like how much my PS5 heats up my room. It's really bad. I don't know why the PS5 is specifically is so bad, I find, for heat. But yeah, I might try to binge a lot after this stream, see how far I can get on that. Got an orange rupee, hell yeah. So yeah, this is one of those areas that I expect there to be more in, but I actually find there is not much in, because, oh yeah, I'm used to randomizers, that's why. That explains it. It's funny how I've done so many randomizers of games, I kind of oh wait, that just takes you out entirely. Yeah, I kind of forget, like, vanilla sometimes. Like, vanilla placements for things. That's a blue rupee, right? 1386, and when we pick it up... yeah, that's 5. You and Star didn't get too far ahead of where you were last week? Okay. So by next week, I should be caught up. Again, I might just do a lot tonight, and hunker down during the heat wave. I also hope I keep power, that's my main concern. Because I don't do well with power outages. It's like germophobes and power outages, that's not a good mix, as it turns out. But hi everyone, hope you all doing well. We're just doing the Wind Waker. Did basically all the story we're gonna get done for this stream. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna work on some side stuff that the guide mentions. Can I warp straight to Outset? Will they allow that? Cool, okay. Again, I think the warp points in this game are actually very well divided, so that they're pretty evenly dispersed in a way that it's not too inconvenient. Like, it can get you close enough to every point on the map, which is very nice, actually. But again, the big question is, I don't know what to do with my streaming schedule. Given I barely can keep the streaming days I have, so, like, I don't know how to cram enough progress in games like this in, and also still have enough time for, like, FF14. But that's a problem for future me, I guess. And while we're here, gonna hop over here and give Orca the Knight's Crests. Here you go. Why, that is a Knight's Crest. How many of those do you have? Then I suppose the time has come for me to speak to you about the crests. The Knight's Crest is a symbol of a courageous knight. But not just anyone who can Not just anyone can gather them. No, it takes a soul who possesses not only power but wisdom and courage as well. Any courageous soul who gathers 10 of these crests can learn a powerful new sword technique. Both my brother and I dreamt of learning this technique in our youth. We worked so hard to collect the crests, but it took many long years and adventures beyond count before we even approached finding 10 of them, and we both grew old. It appears you have enough might to learn that technique now. Perhaps, just perhaps, you can master it. Very good, Linkle, heed my words. This is actually really good to have before the next dungeon. Hold B to build up power and then release it. Come at me now, do it. So this does take up magic. But voila, oh, we broke his pot too. You learned the Hurricane Spin. Hold B to build up your power and then release it to perform a whirling attack with your blade. Remember, it consumes magic power. Amazing, Linkle, you did it! You have mastered the Hurricane Spin! At last you have made a long-held dream come true! Oh, the joyful tears, they won't stop! I thought my tears had dried up long ago. There's nothing left for me to teach you. I'm certain now that you will save your sister Errol and bring her home to Outset. Bad news about that. Or good news, depending on how you look at it. Uh-huh. So... Wait, we can actually do that thing now, huh? Yeah, while we're here, we might as well, right? So we got this big pig, right? It's not really gonna get away from us that easily. And we're gonna chuck it over the fence. Actually, this is really hard to do at night, now that I'm thinking about it. Because you have choo-choos to worry about. If I change it to day, I think it'll actually relocate where the pig is, too. Actually, here's a random thought I had. Because of the gloves, compared to, like, actual Link in Wind Waker Vanilla, I don't think you can actually see the power power bracelets. Because, like, I think you can actually see them on Link's model, but you can't because of the gloves. That's interesting. Yeah, the model's kind of freaking out a bit, I feel. And while we're doing that, I should actually be proactive and sort inventory. I hope I get the right spot, because I don't want to have to use up all my bait doing this. Yeah, this takes a bit to go all the way over. And again, the enemies might cause problems, but we'll see. Again, do not know how this is gonna pan out, but just ignoring the enemies. I love when games give you invincibility frames in cutscenes, having just played a game that doesn't do that. Yeah, piece of cake. There might be something else on Outset now that I think about it, but I'm blanking on it, so we'll move on. I desperately need a new Wii U gamepad charging cable. It's like flickering between charging and not charging. It's fine, but like, it's mildly nerve-wracking. That's Diamond Step, so Horseshoes over here. I did have Horseshoes chart. It's number 9, it looks like, so we'll get that too. Yeah, I completely forgot that there was actually a treasure chart over here that we missed. Right, this one kind of bites, if I recall correctly. Because you got the 2 watchtowers, so you have to do both of them. Oh, what just happened? I think the cannon took out one of them. It'd be really convenient if the cannon splash damage took out the enemies on top, and thus I didn't need to actually worry about climbing up both. That is assuming it's not just the cannons, and it's also the enemies up top. Wow, the frame rate does not like this. Yeah, I think it's both, isn't it? God damn it. Alrighty, again, I will work on photos off stream, probably. Sometimes I'm very confused about the splash damage of the cannon. Sometimes it hits, other times it doesn't. Okay. Barely. Voila. Like that hit, but like the other one didn't. I don't understand. Oh, hi. Guess I'll pick that up. I don't know if we have time for the 5-Eye Reef, because that one might take a bit. We definitely don't have time for more story today. That much I can say for sure. Oh, it's a switch. It's not the cannons. Damn, I can save myself some time. Hey, did I look out and pick the right one first try? Cool. But my nosiness is gonna kick in. I'm gonna go back anyway. Besides, we need to get on the boat, so... Again, it doesn't really save that much time in the end. But yeah, we're moving right along in this game. I think it will take probably 3 more streams if I had to just give a rough estimate. It depends on how long the final 2 dungeons and the Triforce take. Because the Triforce I think won't take that long. I hope. But yeah, not quite sure how long the dungeons are gonna take, because the dungeons so far have gone pretty fast, so it might not be that bad. Again, 5-Eye Reef is like right there, but like, I don't know if I want to tackle that tonight, if I should just save it. I could like take care of the other treasure charts that I do have right now, because we are kind of backed up on them. That's Eastern Triangle Isle. Oh shoot! Great Fairies. That's actually a good thing to do. Yeah, we'll do one of the Great Fairies at least. I don't know if I have time to do both, but we can do one for sure. Yep. There we go. A little finicky, but it's fine. But yeah, we passed by this place before and didn't do anything because I was like, you know what, I'll save it for when we actually do it, so I remember I've done this one. I should have done that for more things, to be honest, so I actually kept better tabs of everything. But sometimes I make bad choices. I didn't get the chart at Horseshoe, now that I think about it. Oh, it's not important, so I guess we'll find out later. Yeah, but off to the northwest. For sure, next time we'll be able to finish up the eye reefs, probably, and then any remaining side stuff. And then afterwards, we probably will have time to at least start the next temple. I'm actually trying to think of... I don't think these temples have a required order. I think you can do either. No problem. Like, just thinking about it, I think that's true. I see the fish already. That's convenient. There we go. Just drive up to you. I'd say drive. I guess, do you drive a boat? Does that make sense? Anyway. More charts. So yeah, only 3 squares left. 1 square we can't do anything in. The other 2 we could. Western Fairy Island. Steer, maybe? Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, the bird people who live on Dragon Roost Island at east of here have invented an incredibly useful device that they call a grappling hook. No lie, Fry. Here you can throw that thing at monsters and use it to grab the treasure they've hidden in their pockets. Talk about cool. Oh, and have you seen those imp-like creatures called bokoblins that hang out on the lookout platforms at sea and stare through their telescopes? I hear those guys keep joy pins hidden in their pockets, so if you get one of those grappling hooks, you can use it to swipe their pendants, and that's all the info I've got. Sweet. It doesn't matter which one it is, because it's gonna be one of the 2 items we just got. But yeah, the final 2 Fairy Island upgrades are locked to the Iron Island, the Iron Boots, and Skull Hammer. So it must be Thorn Fairy Island and it's these iron boots. Our shield doesn't really match our sword, but we'll fix that soon. I didn't mod that, by the way, but I think that does exist. To have a mod that gives the traditional Hylian shield instead of the shield we do get. Though functionally, it doesn't quite make sense. You can now carry more arrows. Carry up to 60 with you wherever you go. Nice. I would almost be tempted to grab one more, but it's fine. And yeah, I'm like debating if I actually want to go after the last fairy fountain or just call it slightly early. Because the problem is there's no convenient warp to that fairy isle. To be blunt, like there's no convenient way to there. So yeah, it'll take a bit. But yeah, the 2 marks on the map are where the temples are. We have everything we need to actually go to either. But I usually like doing the one by outset first. That's the generally recommended one. That does also affect difficulty scaling, and this is a constant battle in the Zelda fandom, is non-linearity and how much it affects difficulty. A Link Between Worlds is definitely an example of that. Also, wait a minute, actually. You know what? We got time. I'm gonna do something. We also don't need a lot of bait at this point. So, let's see what you have to say about Outset, because we haven't actually seen this. Quite small fry? Yeah, I've heard. Blah blah blah. I don't know why I sometimes start reading stuff I've definitely seen a billion times. Oh my god, it's Outset Island, I never would have guessed. I heard that beneath the big head boulder on top of the hill here on Outset is where the greatest treasures of all, the Golden Triumph Forks, are buried. But actually, Fry, I must have misheard or something, because this one guy told me that what was actually buried beneath that weird rock was some shard of something called a Triforce. Whoever heard of that? That's crazy. There's a big difference between Triumph Forks and Triforce. I mean, I think someone intentionally buried something misleading there. See, now I'm imagining a Zelda game where you get where they actually have the Triumph Forks. I don't know how that would work, but it would be funny. But yeah, we're gonna stop here, I guess. Again, that big rock, but that'll be a thing for future me to handle. Oh joy, that one's a lot of work, actually. Yeah, no, we're gonna stop there. So yeah, next stream we will tackle the next temple, hopefully, and also finish up some side stuff to start out. Alrighty, that was good. I think I made good progress there. Surprisingly decent progress given it was a lot of side questing. But hi, I hope y'all enjoyed. This was fun. Thank you for watching. Thank you again to Peter for the raid. Schedule for the week. Monday is up in the air because it's gonna be like 100 degrees and I don't know if I want to have no air conditioning for like 3 hours in 100-degree weather. That sounds kinda bad. I might just tough it out depending on how hot it actually gets. If it's only 90 I can handle it, but if it's 100, because the forecast is incredibly erratic at the moment, yeah, no, that's too hot. So if we don't do Wind Waker on Monday, we will be back on Wednesday, hopefully, because I missed a lot of Wednesday streams in particular. But we'll hopefully be back on Wednesday to continue Wind Waker, and then once again on Friday. By then we should actually be done potentially with the Wind Temple, meaning we're probably like the following Monday might be able to beat the game. Genuinely, I think we're pretty close to the end at this point. So yeah, that's the schedule. I might throw in an extra stream on like Tuesday if it turns out I can't stream on Monday. Again, I keep saying I'm going to do a quick look of Mina the Hollower, and then proceed to not do a quick look of Mina the Hollower. So oopsie. My bad. At this point, I'm like, do I just play it on my own time? Because it's gonna take forever to actually find a time where I actually have energy to do this. But yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, you can follow for notifications when I go live in the future. I have a YouTube for edited down versions of streams into an episodic format. I also have a VOD channel as an archive. I have a Blue Sky for posting when I go live and other updates, and a and I also have a Ko-Fi for a tip jar and a Throne for sending me gifts. The latter two being completely optional, but any additional support is greatly appreciated. I'm paranoid. I'm gonna save again. Just to be on the safe side. But with that all being said, yeah, thank you all for watching. I'm tired. That took a lot out of me, actually. Maybe I'm out of practice. Maybe I'm rusty. But my body feels like it is kinda giving out. It's also still like not 90 to 100, but it's still like 80, and I generally don't do the greatest at handling warm weather, so that might also be a part of it too. Yeah, thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for helping. Not helping, but for watching. Again, my brain is very tired. Interesting. Very interesting. Seeing a stream in my following of someone finishing the game, and it's like, oh, people are finishing Mina the Hollow and I haven't even started it yet. Like, oops. That's my post game, if I had to make a guess. That's gonna be spoilery, technically. Okay. Yeah, I'm tired. I might just call it, because I'm running out of steam. Hi, Star. Thank you for the head pass. I hope you're okay. Cute girl. Oh, so are you. I point in your general direction and say you're cute. And chat is cute. In general. But I'm probably just about to end, because I'm zoning out real bad. So yeah, next stream will either be Monday if it's not a million degrees. Wow, my voice is actually getting kind of froggy. That's fun. Yeah. Yeah, if it's cool enough to stream on that day, on Monday, I will stream on Monday. If it is not cool enough, I will pick up Wind Waker hopefully on Wednesday. It'll be Wind Waker Wednesday. Say that 3 times fast. And then, yeah, continuing on Friday if that is the case. But then Final Fantasy 14, actually I don't know what the hell the schedule's gonna be next week. Cheers, as I drink my tea. Yeah, no clue what the schedule's gonna be. Probably Monday, Wednesday, Friday. What it's gonna be, hell if I know. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and hope everyone has a good rest of their evening and a good night. Take care, everyone!